Hi, I'm Pam Cullen from 3 Mile Pond Girl Creates, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Augusta, Maine. And today I'd like to show you how I made this card using some of the new products from our annual catalog. This paper and embossing folder are from the Countryside and Sweet collection, like I said, in the new catalog. And this paper is very, very pretty. It features one of our new in colors. This is the Boho Blue in color, as well as some returning favorites. Misty Moonlight is back, as well as Night of Navy and Balmy Blue. So those are the colors, those are the featured colors in this paper. So let me show you that designer series paper. These are the florals that you get in here, and they're really pretty, and they feature some little animals in here. And this is a very pretty floral. This one has some birds and bunnies, and then these are the back sides of those. That's the one we'll be using in our card today. So some really nice blues, some stripes, and some florals. Very, very pretty. So this was one of the first things that I put on my pre-order because I love the blues, and that's those are really nice, really pretty paper. So let me show you the pieces that we're going to be using to make this card. So I have, like I said, this is the Boho Blue, and this is an 11 by 4 1/4 piece of cardstock that's scored at 5 1/2. And then we have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock, one for embossing and one for the inside of our card. And then we have our other pieces, and don't worry about all these measurements because I will put them below this video as well as on my website. So if you want to make this card at home, all the measurements will be there for you. So then we have a piece of Night of Navy that's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then this layering piece that's 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then we have another piece of Night of Navy that's 4 1/4 by 1 1/4. And then this, no, I'm sorry, that one is 4 1/2 by 1 1/2, and this one is 4 1/4 by 1 1/4. See, this is why I'll write them down. And then we have a couple of scraps, a scrap of Night of Navy and a scrap of basic white for our squares, for our sentiment squares, which I have already cut those out, and I've used the Stylish Shape dies, which are my go-to favorite dies. I use these almost for every card because there's so many options there. So those I've already cut out. And then this is the Countryside Blossoms embossing folder that I mentioned that's also in that suite of products. And so for time's sake, I have already run that through the cut and emboss machine. And let me see if I can hold it on here if you can see it any better. But isn't that beautiful? Look at the nice interest that has on there. You could also ink that up. You could use a blending brush, put some ink on that to make a really beautiful card. So that's also featured in this suite of products and will be available in the new catalog, which is coming very quickly. So May 2nd, that will go live and you'll be able to order. So won't be long now. So then for our sentiment pieces on the card, I have used the Places in the Heart stamp set, and I'm using this So Happy for You sentiment for the front. And then for the inside of the card, I put May the Good You Do Come Back to You, and that is in the Something Fancy stamp set. So this is a great one because it's all sentiments, and I love a sentiment stamp set. So that again is Something Fancy. So then the only ink color that we're going to need for this is the Misty Moonlight. So this came back when they did the color refresh. Misty Moonlight came back, and I am so excited about that. So that we'll be stamping both of the sentiments in the Misty Moonlight ink. So let's get started. Like I said, this card is not going to take us very long to do. So we'll go ahead and stamp that inside, stamp our inside sentiment on this piece of 5 1/4 by 4. line that up. Go. And then we're just going to stamp. And we're actually, this is a square that we're going to use for as a triangle on this card. So I'm going to turn it and put that "So Happy for You" right in the middle of this. There we go. All right, so that's all the stamping that we need to do for this card. So I'll close up that ink, and then we will go ahead and put this card together. Like I said, this isn't going to take very long, but I just thought this was a nice design, and it also features is a nice way to feature some of that paper as well as the embossing folder. So we'll go ahead and take our liquid glue and adhere that embossed piece to the front of our card. Like so. And don't forget that right now, all the things that are retiring from the catalog are in the last chance, and they're while supplies last. So if there's been anything that you've been wanting to pick up but you haven't yet, I wouldn't wait much longer, because once it goes, it won't be coming back again. So make sure you grab all those things. You can head right over to my online store and order those, and then the new catalog will be coming out with all the tempting new products in it on May 2nd. So then we're going to go ahead and put all of our pieces together. So put this. It was hard to know which side of this paper to use because it's all so pretty. But I decided I would do this one for this card. But this design is pretty and it's easy, so I probably will go ahead and make some more of these using some of the different designs in this paper. So then we're going to glue that one down, and then the next piece we're going to pop up on some dimensionals. Then we'll glue this piece. Don't really think this is directional paper, but just in case, this looks like that's how it would go. I think this is like the third try of this video because the dogs have been in here with me, and they decided to bark, chew their bones, and just generally make a whole bunch of noise while I was doing this, and so there's been several takes on this video, so I'm getting really good at it. They lay and sleep until I get ready, until I turn the camera on, and then they decide to be heard. So hopefully we can get through this without them making an appearance. Okay, so then, whoops, that looks like it's a little crooked. Then we're going to just puff this piece up and center that in the middle of that piece. Glue these two together. Oops. And then for this piece, I just I'm going to put a dimensional on the bottom and then glue, just make sure that's the bottom, and then just glue this little piece to the top, because since that piece is already up on dimensionals, we don't need to raise that up anymore on this one. So then I'm just going to center that kind of here. Add our inside sentiment, and we're done with this card. See how fast that goes together, and it's so pretty. Oh, I already did. Oh, we put that in the beginning. I'm sorry. Oh, we already did that. All right, so here we go. So here are our cards, and like I said, you could use any of those papers and any combination to make this card. And so this, again, this suite is called the Countryside Inn Suite Collection, and it is featured in our new annual catalog. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So you feel free to contact me and we could talk about that. And if you don't have any catalogs, I have the new catalog available and would love to send you one. So just reach out with your contact information and I'll get one in the mail to you. And if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and hit that little bell. And that way you'll get notifications when I post a new video. So thank you so much for stopping by my channel today, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.